screenshot and send it to,
I can definitely do the
I
screenshot and put it in
appreciate
the
it.
member section.
Thank you.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
So you was asking for the screenshots for for those setups to input them in on the trade locker.
Yes, because I missed two yesterday, so
Okay.
I want to make sure I don't miss any
Okay.
today. Yes, but that's the one I'm referring to, so that we can get into those entries.
Okay.
Mm, Close. I haven't received this thing yet. This one.
What's up? How you guys doing? TK Profit back from Profit Takers. We're about to jump into another live session. Let's see what we can
So have you
find, and we'll get active.
um did any of your demos yet for your the ProFunder account? Did you
I
get
have I have a pending order in there.
okay?
And your
But the
funded
other,
account.
yes, in
Okay.
the yes, I have the pending order from the what was it? I think it was CATJPY from yesterday.
Yeah.
But that one hasn't gotten yet. I think there was a sale order.
Yes, it
Hasn't triggered?
was. No, it hasn't
But
triggered
it
yet.
hasn't triggered. Yeah.
Okay.
What time frame was that?
I don't remember. Let me get it on a 30 minutes or
Sounds about right.
yeah, I think it was a 30 minutes.
Oh, 36.
36? Okay. I had to play around in my settings. I looked on the time frames and I don't see on the drop down where it says custom. So I'm gonna have to play around with it later and see where I can find the
Can you see
custom
my mouse?
deal.
You see my mouse moving at the top?
Okay, let me come to yes.
Okay. Look right here to the right of the last available time frame you have. There's a
Yeah.
drop down tab. You click that drop down tab. Right at the top, you'll see custom interval.
Yeah, mine doesn't have it. That's where I clicked. Hold on, let me play around with it somewhere. No, at the very top, mine says seconds,
Oh,
but it
you know
goes
what? They
what?
made that a paid feature only on TradingView. That's what
Oh,
happened. So at first, that feature was free, but you have to upgrade your a subscription to a paid version to get access to that. Right?
for
Yeah, yeah,
trading.
yep, yep. But it's worth it.
Okay.
I think
Let me
the
close.
cheapest subscription they have is like $14 or something like that.
That's yeah, 14 a month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for those extra pieces, it's worth it. It's worth it
Okay.
because it's definitely been. Well, you see it, you see it yourself. So
Absolutely.
so we got a lot of consolidation going on today, guys. So we're mostly going to be trapping price. Okay. When you identify consolidation, that's what it's called. We're trapping price, but we're trapping price to see if we can find a major structural level of resistance above it and a structural level of support beneath it. And we'll have to just use limit or pending orders to enter in the next setup. It doesn't look like it'll be wise to do anything today. Okay? So with oh look at that.
This gold USD.
Yeah, this is we're back on goal.
I just added those time frames on trading view.
Beautiful. So we just broke above this high. This was a significant level, but I do not like what it did. It didn't give us any major closes for real. You see, it's just wick action, right? So I'm definitely gonna put that back in profit, because this, it's starting off to look or resemble a bull flag, but with that sharp rejection right there, it could very well just be a double top. All right. So I drew it going up like this because we just went over. I acknowledge the wicks in price, but I know on the line chart it's only going to show this. You see that? Cool.
Which is a double top.
Right. That's
But
what.
you're saying that's with the line chart. But you're saying if it was with the wicks, it would give you an indication that of a bull flag.
So let me say it again. With this candle right here, let me zoom in and single them out, point them out. This candle right here, Aaron, if it would have been a harder close versus just giving this wick rejection, if this, what is this? The close of this bull candle, if it would have been a little higher, I would have been more confident with seeing this as a flag. But since the wicks are so intense, it's showing indecision in the market, right? So that's why I don't want to use this area the way we typically would, because there's a big chance that it could go deeper, all right? So I want you guys to remember this. No matter what I teach you guys as far as technical analysis, it's all about probability. So if you do not consider the other possibilities, you'll have a lot of losses. So you always hear me say, this could be this, but it also could. And things like that will keep you, what word can I use? You'll be more patient for sure. So patience, and it'll have you more responsive than being like married to the technical analysis. You don't want to say, oh, this is this for sure. Why? We got 11 minutes left over here in this calendar. You see that?
Yeah.
So we need to wait. If it closes beneath this, we know that's the neckline. We know that's how you confirm a double top. So even though it could have been that flag pattern, all of that indecision has to be taken in consideration. And since we took it in consideration, now we need to look at the close of the next candle so we can get a better idea. If it closes above, there's a good chance we can see that continuation. But there's no need to take gambles just so we can say we're in a trade, okay?
Right.
That's what used to kill me when I first started. Like, oh, okay, it's Tuesday or it's Monday. I need a trade every day. If you pay attention to the major levels in the market and decide that you'll only trade once price reaches those levels, I guarantee you your percentage of wins will change. Especially when you're winning. So we up on this position and looking for new entries. What we got? 200 pips, 194 pips already on that. Yeah, let's use those alerts. So we'll use this alert to see if this thing confirms. If not, then it is that bull flag that we were looking for. Okay. Now, the other thing, typically when we have our flag patterns, the wicks aren't as long. So when I see those long wicks, with me always taking account of the wicks in price action, we could get a retest all the way down there to the bottom of that. So I don't want to enter in right here. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna find one, but this is for you guys. So normally, you'll see me do this, okay? Now under here, there is nothing structurally to stop it, because the next key level is this level here. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the next key level, look at what happens to my risk reward. And this is why I just don't like jumping into trade setups. Look, I'm still gonna have to respect these lows, even if I
Yeah.
put it right at those lows. We got a lot of people, they jumped off at the wrong time. They would have saw how they was donating money. All right. Oh, let's go right here. So right there, that's a 1 to 3. To TP1, that's terrible setup. Okay, when we can just wait. See this? That's a whoa, whew, that's a whopper right there. That's a whopper right there. So every thing that we use as far as our rules is to make sure that we get the best risk reward possible out of trades. Now, for the people that scalp, that works for you, beautiful. Continue to do what works for you. But as you guys see, we catch the major moves. This one setup, I guarantee you, it's not too many people that'll catch that whole move and hold it all the way down until you get a rejection, right? You see with that wick touch, that wick hit our TP3 perfectly. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as our TP3 was hit, we get that rejection. Okay? So that's what we wait for. We just wait for confirmations so we don't have to, what word am I looking for? So we don't have to panic with these trades, because you've experienced it before. Once you enter a trade and all of this shit start happening, this will make you question everything you think you know. But I want you to pay attention to something. Where does that happen? Okay, so just looking right here. This is a structural level. Those are clean touches. Do you see any sporadic movement in price?
No.
You don't. Okay. Before all of this happened right here, let's look at these highs. Those are clean touches. Do you see any sporadic movements in price?
No.
You don't. So the highs and the lows are the safest places to enter. Now let's start looking at the middle of price. That's when that bullshit happened, right? Boom, right here. You get this sale, you think you're in a beautiful sale, and it just kill your position. Why? Because you're trading in the middle of price.
Structure.
Yeah, you're trading in between two major structural levels. That's why I don't rush in positions, because there's no way that you can tell what's going to happen in the middle of price. I know at the lows, it's going to do one or two things, which is create a lower low, retest it and drop more, or it's going to bounce. You see how you simplify everything by staying the hell away from what's in the middle?
Right, because that's right. I remember that when you trade in range or in consolidation, that's where you get chopped up.
You get chopped up. Now, on the opposite end, when you understand where those major structural levels are, boom, and you trap price, same thing. What do? We just wait on the break in the retest and take it in that other direction. So we do have strategies, but the strategy is put together to help you understand this simple concept. Identify the major structural levels. Trade from there. Leave this shit alone.
Okay. But a little while ago, you had identified the two major levels of structure, and then you did another two lines to identify another level of structure just a little while ago.
On which pair? This thing right here?
No, you're right. You just right there earlier. You had
Yes.
identified those two levels,
And then I trap the price. Yes, because that's a part of our strategy, right? So we identify those major structural levels, which is exactly what we're about to do to find a trade, and you trap price. Once you trap, let me go back. Once you trap price right here, okay? Essentially what you are doing is letting the market show you what it wants to do, okay? So let's zoom in. Now, you see with that break above, you see this right here?
Mm-hmm.
That's the flag pattern that I was just looking for on gold. But the thing that I showed you guys about that flag pattern on gold is it gave more wick than candlestick. So you see how strong the real body of this candle is in comparison to the one we saw on gold?
Okay.
That's why it wasn't interesting. All right. Now, if we keep moving on this one, normally when they close,
you're not doing anything there still though, right? You're still not gonna touch it because it's.
oh no,
it's in
this
the
would
middle
no. So I want you to go back through week 6. So this, when we find, let me make sure I can say it to where y'all will get it. When we find this with week 6, we'll trade the breakout to those structural levels, but only after we trap price. So this is only for us. That suggestion to stay away, that was for people that don't have a methodical approach or a systematic approach to trading. You guys have a system, okay?
Okay.
So that was just for the people that was online. I'm glad you asked so I can clarify. That's just for the people online. For us, we have a system. We know what to do with this. So if price is in the middle, we're not looking at these swings. That's what's going to kill you. We're going to trap price no matter what time frame you're on. Okay? Now, this breakout, that gave us what we wanted to see. That breakout, and then you get a retest. That should follow. There's your retest. And then from there, you should get a continuation in that uptrend.
The upside. Right, I see. Okay.
And look at what happens to that major structural level that was above. Now, in making that trade, right, our stop loss would have been underneath that level. Once price rose again and started to do what? Consolidate, we moved that stop loss. You see? And you just let price do its thing. That's why, look, I'm going to keep saying this. That's why that mindset series is important, because I want you guys to look at it like, even though it was consolidating for a while, what are you doing that's so important to make you fuck with that trade? What are you doing?
Good question.
What are you doing?
Everybody.
Leave the fucking trade alone.
Getting impatient.
Getting impatient. Having a damn anxiety attack. Oh, I'm in profit. Ah, it's by my stop loss. Oh, I'm in profit. Ah, don't do that to yourself. Trap price. Make it easy. Trap price. Okay? And just move your stop loss slightly underneath it and go to sleep. I guarantee you, if you sleep more after your setups, you'll win more. That staring at price shit, that's a way to produce a lasting form of anxiety, okay? Now, for us, versus all of these highlights that I just drew on price, of course, you guys are going to use the rectangle tools, okay? So yours will be like this. But the concept is the same. Even right here, I want you guys to see this. We have this consolidation. What happened? Price broke above, dropped to retest it, and it's doing the same thing, okay? Boom. And when I started seeing this repeatedly, like over and over, we have these simple concepts, simple areas of structure, and to see how the market respects these areas, then I start looking at myself like, damn, if it's this simple, then what's wrong with you? Impatience. Letting my last loss cloud my judgment. And instead of sticking to the rules, I may not even take the trade, because now I'm more focused on the fear than I am the system. So with the system, you got consolidation, price broke above, retested this low, and now it's consolidating again. So, what is that? I do know that's a key level because it not only caused price to reject where it is, but it also created a level of support in the past. Oh man, that line was terrible. Okay? So keep that in mind with your key levels. You want to find levels in the market where price struggled to break above when it was beneath it, and once it broke above it, it used it as support. So that's a really important key level. So pretty much price is like climbing stairs. Now, real simple. If this low doesn't hold, what could you expect?
For it to bounce.
No, if it doesn't bounce.
Oh, okay, to keep going down.
So it,
Lower lows.
That's it. That's it. All we did was trap price, find a major structural level, and look at what's going on. Now let's zoom in. So we had a reversal pattern at the lows right here. Double bottom. Okay? That double bottom happened, but it was also retested by this wick. Y'all see that? Now you got how many wicks to retest that same area? One. That didn't make it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This area is not strong anymore. So in seeing that,
not a strong area of support anymore.
no, I want you to start back testing these things. When you have a reversal pattern and you start getting multiple tests at that reversal pattern and prices creating lower highs, there's a bigger chance of that thing getting broken. And you see what's happening right here? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay? So eventually, if it holds these highs, it's going to create a lower low. So in seeing it, there's nothing more that we need to do but put an alert above and put an alert below. Because the way this thing is setting up, let's go back to that news. Thursday, you see this? You see all of this major news we got dropping on Thursday for Euro pairs? Is the my FX book showing?
It's not clear.
Oh, got you. Well, you guys got it on your side. So
I'm looking at it on my tab.
yeah, so you see all the news on Euro Thursday. You got Euro news pretty much the entire London, and some of it bleeds into New York session. So
Euro household consumption.
I'm gonna boldly say this online. None of that shit matter about what it's about. The only thing that matter is that bar next to it. If it says low, medium, or high, that'll let you know if it'll have a big impact. All of these things, they are means to justify what's already going to happen. So what I mean by that is let me take you to. No, I can show you right here. We'll see as analysts something clear that this is a potential bear flag, right? That's clear. We got price moving down. This was the trend line. The trend line was clearly broken right here. This is also the uptrend structural break. And now we have this move. There's a huge chance that this is a bear flag. Now, does the news have anything to do with that?
No.
Not a damn thing. But I guarantee when the news is printed, if it's not favorable, this is going to be a clean move. Then they're going to be like, oh, the news made it. The news didn't do shit. This thing is man-made and it's man-manipulated. This thing is going to do what it's going to do regardless. Like, I'll show you Bitcoin. Like, people thought I was crazy, man. People talk about me so bad. But it's all good. They talked about me terrible. And then after they talked about me, a couple Forex firms hired me to be an analyst.
I remember that.
Yeah, they said, look, let them talk about you, but you come work for me. All right. So I called. I did it for about 8 months. Then I was like, I'm making these rich people rich. Let me go help my people. But it's just so, this is the difference with them though. They're looking at consistency. So even though my view of the market is different from most people, they're looking at the consistency in my trades and the difference in my risk reward ratio. So even though they didn't quite understand what I was doing, they wouldn't say, oh, that shit don't work because it's not what I've seen. And that's why a lot of us miss out, because you didn't see the last trader do that, or because it's not something that you do yourself. Anything that you look at when it comes to different traders, it's all based on perspective. So why would you automatically assume it's wrong just because it doesn't align with your perspective? That's why we don't have friends, because it's the my way or the highway shit. You have to understand that just because it's not yours doesn't mean that it's wrong. And it was kind of tough for people to do that. Man, I had other traders that was working for me with Iron FX, and they would see my trades and they would tell me everything they thought was wrong with it just for it to win. And then they'd be like, oh, damn, I like what you did. But it didn't start that way. You know, it started being judgmental, and it's fine. I believe that part makes you believe more in yourself. Okay. So right here at 59,000, never forget this. Right here at 59,000 on Bitcoin, I called the sell and I told everybody that it was dropping to this 17,000 level. Man, they cussed me out, told me I was a dumbass. Bitcoin was going to 100,000. And you know what I saw? I'm not looking at the news. They looking at news events. They watching articles on YouTube. This is what I watched. You see that? Y'all know what that is. I don't care what they saying. I don't care what they saying. It doesn't make that go away. Right? They don't make that shit go away. So I told one of my friends, he was up over $100,000. I told him, bro, take your money. It's about to do a hard fall. He was like, but this guy, Bullish Bear, he telling me it's going to do this. I'm like, look, bro, you don't know him. Fuck him. Listen to me. I do this every day. He told me, he was finally honest. He told me just because I told him it was going to fall, and when it started to drop, he felt like he should hold it just to prove me wrong.
Wait. But can you expound on that a little bit when you go back to that Celtic, is that Celtic by area, right?
Yeah.
You at that point you told him that, you used that to let you know that it was
That it was coming back down to this area. that it was inevitable. It had to retest this level, right? So you see that I use those structural highs to identify the break and retest, right? So that didn't happen. We have these structural highs. Uh-oh, let me cut that off. All right, cool. So we got these structural highs right here, okay? What do you normally see? When the market makes structural highs and you get a pullback, if it breaks above those highs and the momentum is truly bullish, it's going to bounce and continue. That didn't happen. So that was my first indication, like, oh yeah, this thing is about to tank. Right here. Boom. So after that happened,
because it didn't go up and retest and then bounce back off of that resistance and using it as support.
exactly. So then the question is, if that's not support, what is? Okay. Now, another thing that I saw, you see all of these rejections right here? I told you the more tests you get at the same area, it's not as strong. That's not about the hole. I knew that. That is not about the hole. So I had this level set. I was telling people, they was laughing at my ass. I got so many, you don't know what the fuck you doing. They was cussing me out. I felt upset because I know how to fight, but I couldn't get to them. So 59,000, I called a sale, and this thing just kept tanking, man. Kept tanking. And as soon as we hit this level, that's when you got the move that they were looking for then. And I had my runner set right here, right? Now I want you to pay attention. The same thing happened right here. This was the major structural level. You got a break above and it dropped. It did not treat this as support, okay? Instead, it created a kill zone, sell. Price pulled back and it rejected. So this thing is coming down. This is a structural level that needs to be tested. But let me show you something else that people just cussed me out about. Where's that 10,000? Oh man, so people are telling me what they feel and I'm just telling them what I see on the charts. Okay? So on this chart, what is it? What time frame is this? This is the weekly time frame. Do y'all see this double bottom right here on the weekly? Was it retested?
No.
It wasn't. Not yet. It was not retested. And with price dropping down to this level, creating all of these rejections, what do you think is underneath that?
Liquidity.
Come on now. So, look, I get the emotional side of things, but technically, this thing shows that there's a chance that we could have a major pullback. Look at this imbalance zone. It wasn't tested. And this is 12,000 and this is 10,000. You fought me before from the $50,000 drop, the $59,000 drop to the $14,000 drop. Cool. Have fun. All I'm doing is pointing out what is on the chart technically, and the market manipulators use news events as a catalyst to hit these areas. This level, like this, and this was what helped me confirm that it's a game. This is a game. I set this level. Let me show you guys. Where's 59,000? This is 2021. It didn't hit that level until 2022, and it bounced on it perfectly. And I can show you in my ideas where this thing was posted before any of that shit happened. You can't tell me this shit ain't fake. You can't tell me. Nothing that you could say would make me believe that. Like, I'm not Miss Cleo. How did I understand that? Call me now. I'm not Miss Cleo. This shit is manipulated. It's man-made and it's man-manipulated. It's right. Come on now. So that's where the name TK Profit came from, trading. The take was to make sure I took my profit from the trades, but the profit side was because I'm pretty much prophesizing what we think is going to happen with price action. Like this, that's wild. Now, I only took it down to here because I didn't know that it was going to take that long. And I also allowed the negativity that the other people were speaking to affect me.
Mm.
I didn't trust myself with so many people in the trading world, with so many analysts that had authority in their space, a good reputation, talking about me like that. I second guessed myself just to be right.
So you only took it down to
Here?
not even 50%. Yeah, that's not even like 50%.
Nope. I took 10,000 pips and I was pissed. I was pissed because again, what am I doing where I couldn't have let that trade setup run, especially on the weekly? Like, what did it show you? Any chance of pulling back?
These guys, these professionals, they clouded your mindset a little bit.
They did. Not a little bit, a lot. I really doubted myself, and I felt terrible. I felt terrible. So the feeling of knowing that I was right and I didn't trust myself made me feel worse than being wrong.
Right.
That made me feel worse. So now when I get online, people are like, oh, you too greedy. Whatever works for you, sir, respectfully. But, you know, if you're just here for critiques, go somewhere else. Because I'm just showing you what's on the charts technically. So,
Jerome, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I remember a couple years ago, we were speaking about what you learned and what you were able to get from Daniel at TCW.
Mm-hmm.
And I said you used that information and that knowledge and combined it with somebody else's course material, and I think you used both of these.
So it's really back testing, okay? So I took what he taught me and I back tested everything, and I noticed things on my own, right? So where were we where we saw that double bottom? What chart was that?
Was it a weekly? Or was it still on the weekly?
No, not before this. We traded a double bottom
pair?
somewhere. Yeah. Matter of fact, let's go to the pound JPY buy that we took.
Okay.
All right. So Daniel taught us all when we see the confirmation candle that we're supposed to enter right there, correct? Y'all remember that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Every time I did that, I went in the negative. And I started to test it like, why do I go right into the negative when I do what I was instructed to do? Something is missing, okay? So here's that double bottom again. Hold on, what time frame was that? The hour. All right, here we go. So here's that double bottom again. Boom, boom. This candle is the confirmation candle. So I enter this,
Blue one.
yeah, that huge bull candle, yeah.
Okay.
So this candle is the confirmation candle, and by being a good student, I was just following instructions as far as the entry. Now, one thing that they did not give us at all was an understanding of risk reward. They didn't teach us anything about that, okay?
Yeah.
They just taught us technical analysis. That's cool. So I see this. I enter in right here, right? Let me pull this up. Uh-oh, wrong side. Cool. So I enter right at that confirmation candle, and this is what I experience. I go and profit a couple pips, and then I'm down. As a new trader, that shit is heartbreaking. It's terrifying. And then I over leveraged, so I'm losing like shit. Just for the right shoulder to be retested, I probably done start selling this thing. I'm scared as shit, and I just lose more money. So in seeing that, it was more so, like I said, back testing and just development. I'm not entering at the confirmation candle anymore. Not only did it change my entire risk reward ratio, now this shit is 1 to 2. Less than 1 to 3, that's trash. I just wait to enter on the retest, and now I got a 1 to 5 trade setup.
Wow.
Right. So this is what helped me.
What helps what helps you know that it would always retest? How do you know that it will retest?
That's what I'm about to show you. This is what helped me back testing. So some people they get in, they start trading, and they're only looking at what's in front of them. I want to understand possibility and probability. So I'm going to every time frame and I'm just scrolling back to the past. I look at the lows, see what happened at those lows. I highlight it and go as far back as I can, and I would just analyze it. Okay, we got a
This is the
reversal
weekly
pattern
though.
here.
This is the weekly.
No, this is the 2 hour.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a two
but you
hour.
started off on the. Okay, okay,
That was on Bitcoin.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're on pound JPY. We came here just to show that the reversal patterns that are created, they are retested before price makes that major move. And now I'm just showing you how I went back. Let me find something with nothing on it. Let me go to one of these option pairs. Let's see. Oh, look at that. We did not see any of that. All right, so let me delete all of this. All right, cool. So I was just curious. So we see these highs. What happened? That's where it all started. I wanted to see or know what happened. What made it reverse? From there, after I highlight those areas, I'll just start clicking through the smaller time frames to see. Now we see right here on the 1 hour time frame, at those highs, it created a double top. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Now these are options, right? There's according to some gurus, it's different than forex. It's not a damn thing different. Look at this, clean double top at the highs, right? This is where it confirmed, and price gapped down to this area here. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Before it made that move to the downside, what happened?
Made a bullish, maybe a bearish flag.
Yes, but what happened with the double top? Look at this wick. So even though price gapped down, this wick did exactly what I just told you guys. The double top was formed. This candle was the confirmation candle. You went in profit briefly, then it pulled back, putting you in the negative, only to retest the right shoulder. You see it now?
Yeah.
So I can show you that 1,000 times. In seeing that so many times, I just stopped taking reversal patterns when they're confirmed. I'm only going to set limit orders because they most likely are hit. So let me show you what happened, right? What time? What is this? That's Thursday. Oh, yeah. So that's the very next candle. Nobody caught that. All right, so as soon as that candle closed, it gapped. The average trader was not fast enough to catch that, but let's just say, where's my tool? Okay, cool. Let's just say they were kind of quick. You probably didn't get it right at that level there, but let's say you caught it right in between. All right. Most of them are really conservative, so they probably would have only took it right there. Okay. Now me on the other hand, they be cussing me out, telling me I'm greedy, but all I'm doing is looking at structural levels. I understand. Look at these lows. Y'all see these lows right here? I understand traders put their stop losses underneath those areas. So I'm trading towards the money. And after I identify money, what am I looking at? I'm looking for the next structural level beneath it. This would have been my target. So they got a 1 to 2, and my trade setup would have been right here. The stop loss pretty much would have been in the same area, but this would have been my target. They're like, 1 to 11, you crazy, until it hit. So I'm always crazy until it happened. Then they're like, oh, what did you do? Why you just didn't ask me that at first? But that's not difficult. The only thing that I'm doing is being more patient, because I remove myself from that anxiety and that fear that I developed from scalping. Scalping keeps you from understanding price action.
Scalping is when you more so
taking the short swings.
Short swings, right?
Yeah, you can be really profitable with it. So I always got to say that after, because some people think just because I speak of one thing that I'm dissing the other. That's not the case. You could be really profitable trading. I just see more profit coming from letting the trade run long term and understanding, like I said, price action. So understanding that in order for price to go up, it has to pull back. Understanding in order for price to drop, it has to pull back. Flag. And this could possibly be another flag. Possibly. Yep. And that's it, man. I like to keep it simple. Forget all of those extra unnecessary words. This is trading. High, low, in between. In between, we only want to trap. Let it tell us what it's going to do. If it break out, go to the low, that's where we're going to take it. If it breaks above, go to the high, that's where we're going to take it. But once it gets there.
Right when you say when it breaks out, that's where we'll take it, right? And what's your entry point to know once it breaks out, where do you enter at?
Great question.
Once you've tracked price like that, and it does the breakout, what's your and it confirms, where is your entry?
So let's do the downside first. All right. So as soon as we see that breakout, I'm treating it just like the double top, Aaron. Setting an alert right here. I'm placing, not an alert, I'm setting a pending order. And my stop loss is within the zone. My target is the next structural level. So from there, I wait for price to retest that level. And I just take it to the downside. Because again, in order for price to go down.
Okay, so your what is it called? You said limit order?
Yes, a pending order, limit order, same thing.
Is when it retests that level of what is now resistance.
Exactly. So another thing that I showed people, they jumped off lines so quick. They're like, a house? He don't know what the fuck you talking about. These people be doing me wrong sometimes. So I just drew a box, okay? And the purpose of this thing was to show you how price responds to different levels. And most of us look at these charts, this shit looks confusing. So I just said a house because it's something that we resonate with, okay? Let's see, if you have a house with multiple levels, then you can use it to understand price action. You will see price respect the levels like you're in a certain room within the house or a certain floor, all right? So if you're on the first floor, you will see consolidation. If you get that break above and this area holds, you're in the next floor of the house, which was once your ceiling is now the floor, okay? If it breaks this ceiling, that ceiling becomes the floor. If we break above that ceiling, you see, same thing. Now, if we fail to create a substantial break above the highs and we start trending down, boom, that floor is now your ceiling. So while they was talking about me, this concept is easy to understand. And it also aligns perfectly with the jump. And what else does it show you? The structural break for the uptrend, and it also shows you the structural break for the downtrend. So just because I didn't
The
use
structural break for the downtrend. That's stage three, right?
that's yep, stage three. Mm-hmm. So that house, or using the idea of a house, brings everything full circle for you. Like you said, stage one, uptrend, stage two, clear stage three. And right there where you get that fall, stage four. All right. Now, again, just because I didn't use fancy technical terms, they all just jumped off. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. But let me take you to price action, and I'm going to show you that same thing. And that's the beauty of, even if it's different, just pay attention. It might help you. Even if you don't use the exact thing, it could help you. All right, we can use this area since we're already here. All right. What's different?
I think it's the same levels
Same levels.
that you spoke of in the house.
Now, even though you have bigger swings, I want you to pay attention to something. It broke above this floor, right? That floor became a major structural level of support.
That's right.
Now, there are areas where you can draw this box where it may only consolidate in the top floor, right? Let me find one for you. Right here. I just spoke of it here. It's right here. Yeah, so let them laugh. Look. This aligns more so with the example that I just shown, but what is different? So using these simple things that we already understand, we could apply it to the market to help us understand it better. It doesn't have to be complex. You don't have to learn 1,000 new vocabulary words just to say something is going up or something is going down. I strongly dislike all of those technical terms because they don't help you make money. It really just create more confusion than anything. Most people use it to try to give a persona of being knowledgeable or having authority in this space. But watch them trade. And when they lose, they're going to use them same big words to explain nothing.
With no money in your account.
No money. Yeah, but the quadratic equation with this and that, man, shut your ass up. It's going up or it's going down.
Going down.
That's
Right.
it, man. Or it's consolidating.
There's only three ways it can go.
It's only three ways, man. We don't need to do all of that. All of those crazy indicators, we don't need to do all of that. All right? So, yeah, we'll treat this as more of a...
Well, let me. While you say that, how important is it to know about the double stick and the double stick candle patterns and the triple candlestick patterns? Is it important?
That's
for us to learn
different.
those?
That's different. So, that's the language of the market. The market speaks in candlesticks.
Right.
All of those different terms that they use, that's them trying to seem smarter than the next guy. But the market's language is candlesticks. Those are the ABCs of the market. So if you understand any sentence or phrase that the market is telling you, you have to understand the language. So those candlestick patterns are very important. You need to be able to identify what is a hammer or what's an inverse head and shoulders.
Right.
Yeah, what's a shooting star? Because they'll help you as well. They speak to you, okay? So, all right, so right here, this is a shooting star. You see? Anytime you see that shooting star formed where you're at a structural level, it's showing indecision and a chance of a possible reversal. So they hold true. Okay? Now, this is the thing. I treat them the same way as the reversal patterns. This candle confirmed the shooting star. I'm not going to enter there. I'll show you why. If you enter there, they open at the bottom. If you enter there, and let's say the TP is the next structural level. So let's just be conservative. Let's say we're going right here to this structural high. That's a 1 to 2. Trash. Okay? Now, same thing. Let's wait on the retest. Stop loss in the same area. Same trade setup. One to 4. Now, another thing. I told you, if I see this, that's liquidity. That's liquidity. And we do know that the gaps are also imbalanced, okay? So that's been played already. So in seeing all of that, it's time for me to check a different time frame to see what's the possibility of it reaching up. And what do we find? This on the 4 hour. So people think options are harder because of the gaps, but that's when you just use what you know. A gap is price going in. Well, if it gapped down, which way did price go?
Down.
It went down. That's easy, right? So it's not confusing. This is a bear flag.
Right.
That's a bear flag.
Yeah, that was,
And it wasn't retested. And not only is it a bear flag, it's a bought or sell zone. So this would be my trade. Looking to see the money captured and looking to see the next structural level retested above the money. So you guys won't see me do anything different. I don't care if it's options, futures, forex. I'm going to do the same thing so I'll get the same odds with my trades.
you said it was a buy to sell zone?
Yes. Even though price gapped, that 4 hour block clearly shows this, a drop in price, short buy, big sell. It just gapped down, but there's no difference. Right? Because I'm going to show you on the line chart.
Okay, there it is. Okay. I couldn't. So go back to the candlestick.
Yep, that's why you got to draw price. And when you're I'm glad we're doing this.
That's crazy. I couldn't see it until the line chart there. I was like, where's the because the buy to sell is a 3-stick candlestick pattern, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, we're just looking at these 2 candles right here, which I could say it's a bearish engulfing.
Mm-hmm. But that's why you gotta be aware of what a gap is. A gap is just a really fast movement in price.
Right.
Just because you do not see candlesticks, it doesn't change anything. It went down. So that's where you use your imagination to fill in the gap. It's a downtrend. Now the line chart will always show you, but you don't necessarily need it once you understand. If price is here and it gapped here, it went down. If you see price start here, gap here, and then you see a pullback, that's the move, okay? So draw price. That's another reason for you to draw price. And since we saw that, don't only draw price on Forex pairs. Find some option pairs or some companies within the stock market and draw the price movement on those charts as well. Again, when price is moving up, draw it. Price is going down, draw it. So you'll be able to see these things without using that line chart. Okay? So what y'all can do is just go over a few charts tonight. I say about 15 minutes, and place them into the members charting section. Do it that way. Oh, another thing. While you're online doing that, do it in the charting section within in the Discord. All right, I want you guys to get used to hopping online and charting in the Discord, so all of the members that have your same, what is it called? They got your same membership package. You guys will be able to grow together. We didn't.
So you want us to?
Matter of fact, y'all can go to the tier 2 trade in the room. Oh,
Tier 2.
yeah. Aaron said he's gonna get the tier 2 room. So both of you guys can do it in the charting section, section until Aaron does his upgrade. But it's gonna help you grow together.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna help you grow together.
So you just want us to draw price action.
Yes.
On the charts and post it.
Yes.
In the charting sessions.
Yes.
Okay. And so in the charting sessions, you want us to post, or can we go on there live and just chart?
No, go live. Go live and chart. Yes. I suggest that all of you guys go live and chart. I need you to get used to talking through what you're doing. That's also gonna make you follow those rules. In the, what is that? Hold on a second. So we got log books available as well, you guys, right? So in these log books, the first thing is where are you? Okay. The first thing in the log book is the Divine Nine and the 6 steps to a proper setup. These are your trading rules, okay? I wish I could invert this because that shit look like it's backwards.
No, it's fine because it's facing the camera. I can actually read it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. This is somewhere in our course. I'm going to take a picture of it and just put it back in the group. No, I think I pinned it in the group, but I'll put the pictures back in there, all right? And then, outside of that, we just log each one of your trade setups and you write down, did you follow your rules, the feelings you had in the process of executing, and the notes, so you can write down what you learned from those setups. This thing right here, that's everything. I'm about to change that cover and put it back on Amazon. But that is what I was doing in another book. And that's what helped me develop these systems. So you see this? This is how I did all our trade setups. All right? I calculated everything, because if you don't calculate your losses, number one, you don't know what you need to perfect. And that was something that I struggled with, honestly, when I first started. I ain't had no problem writing down them wins. I ain't want to write down them losses. But in doing so, like I said, I was able to create everything that we're using right now. And it's all really simple. But you guys have to do the work. All right?
Good.
All right, cool. So this turned into something better than a trading session, because you guys need this. You'll definitely understand what I'm doing better by going through these practices. I see we still got a couple people online as well. You guys, you want to start with us, you don't know where to begin, you can head to our website, ProfitTakersEU.com. I walk you through setting up your demo account, your live account. I teach you how to place and monitor your trade setups, and we give you an actual trading plan. That's the biggest thing that's missing, and we also give you the free trial to our Mindset Series, Structure Breaking. This is a psychological game. You have to understand the power of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions before we let you loose in the market, okay? So as far as you guys, this will be it. Let me close them out. I'm going to come back to you guys, see if y'all got any questions before we log off. So give me a second. I'm going to mute y'all. And yeah, so hopefully everything made sense to you guys. We started to do a live trading session. We saw a lot of consolidation in the market. So we decided to wait and just teach instead. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Outside of getting those free tools, where's that thing? Cool. Yeah, so outside of those free tools in that mindset series we just spoke about, in unison with that mindset series, you get our 6-week journal that shows you how to be more intentional with those words so you can speak the reality that you desire into existence, okay? We also have a few books available on Amazon. The logbook I just showed you guys in 6 steps to trading with consistent results. It covers the concepts that I use in the charting and in the live trading sessions. We also got merch so you guys support the vision. To join the team, you can get our beginner bundle. Let me mute them. They hating on us. Hold on. Oh, they said it's helpful. I like them.
Absolutely. I feel like every time I log on, you get what I'm saying? I always learn something.
You learn something new? Oh, they're going to make me cry. They don't even know I'm hearing them right there. Okay. So that's beautiful. They said this was very helpful, and every time they log on, they learn something new. So that's dope. But to join the team, you can either get that beginner bundle or you can get our tier 2 package. But as always, you guys remember that you're one trade away from living. Why fight to stay the same, man? Love y'all. Be great.